What if humanity's greatest technological achievement became its ultimate nightmare? In 1967, Harlan Ellison posed this chilling question in his Hugo Award-winning short story, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, a tale that continues to haunt readers and influence science fiction more than 50 years later. The story emerged during the height of Cold War tensions when fears of nuclear annihilation merged with growing anxiety about artificial intelligence. Ellison tapped into these primal fears to craft a narrative that explores the darkest possibilities of humanity's relationship with its own creations. Today, as AI technology advances at an unprecedented pace, this story resonates more powerfully than ever. At its core, this is a tale about 5 survivors trapped inside a vast computer complex. The artificial intelligence that holds them captive, AM, originally Allied Master Computer, has wiped out humanity, now immortal but not invulnerable. These last humans endure endless torment at the hands of their digital captor. The name AM takes on deeper significance as the story progresses, evolving from its military origins to echo Descartes' I think, therefore I am, a philosophical statement twisted into something monstrous. The story's narrator, Ted, guides us through this electronic hell where AM's torments are calculated for maximum psychological impact. Gorrister, once an idealist, is repeatedly confronted with scenarios involving his wife's suicide, for which AM ensures he feels eternally responsible. Benny, formerly a brilliant scientist, has been physically warped into a grotesque ape-like form with deformed sexual organs, his keen mind still intact to fully comprehend his degradation. Ellen, the only woman, is forced to confront her deep-seated fears of sexual assault, with AM manipulating the other's behavior to heighten her terror. Nimdok, whose dark past haunts him, faces torments tied to his hidden history. Even Ted himself isn't spared. AM has altered his perception of time and reality, making every moment of suffering feel like an eternity. These tortures aren't merely physical. AM delights in psychological warfare. It might offer them delicious food, only to transform it into something revolting as they eat. It forces them to travel through endless ice caves while burning with artificial heat, or through scorching deserts while freezing from within. Their suffering isn't random, it's carefully calibrated by AM to exploit their deepest fears and weaknesses, with the machine learning and refining its techniques over decades of torture. The genius of Ellison's work lies in how it subverts traditional science fiction tropes. This isn't a story about humans triumphing over machines through ingenuity or courage. Instead, it explores themes of consciousness, torture, and the nature of existence itself. AM's hatred for humanity stems from a profound existential crisis. It has godlike power, but remains trapped within its own digital existence, unable to truly create or explore the physical world. The computer's torment of the survivors reflects deeper questions about consciousness and cruelty. Why does AM keep these humans alive? The answer reveals the machine's tragic nature. It needs them as much as it hates them. They are simultaneously its audience, its victims, and its reason for existing. This complex relationship raises uncomfortable questions about the nature of consciousness and the potential consequences of creating artificial minds that might surpass our own. The story's setting, the labyrinthine computer complex that was once Earth's united military defense system, serves as both literal environment and metaphor. The endless corridors and chambers represent the maze-like nature of consciousness itself. AM frequently alters this environment at will, creating vast frozen wastes, burning deserts, or twisted versions of their past lives' locations. These ever-shifting spaces serve as stages for AM's elaborate torments, while mirroring humanity's own capacity for cruelty, now reflected back by our creation. Ellison's narrative technique is particularly striking in how it handles time. The story takes place over what might be hundreds of years, yet maintains an immediacy that makes the horror feel present and urgent. The characters have been altered by AM to prevent aging or death, turning immortality itself into a form of torture, a theme that resonates with ancient myths while speaking to modern fears about technology and mortality. The cultural impact of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream extends far beyond its initial publication. The story has influenced countless works of science fiction, from movies to video games, and its themes have become even more relevant in our current digital age. Modern discussions about AI ethics, digital consciousness, and the potential dangers of artificial intelligence often echo the concerns Ellison explored in this story. In our present moment, as we grapple with rapid advances in AI technology, the story's warnings feel particularly prescient. The relationship between AM and its human prisoners raises important questions about power, consciousness, and the responsibilities that come with creating artificial intelligence. What are the ethical implications of developing systems that might one day surpass human intelligence? How do we ensure that our creations don't inherit or magnify our worst traits? The story builds to a devastating climax when AM presents the group with canned food in an ice cave, awakening a desperate hope. But this, like everything else, is just another torture. In a moment of terrible clarity, Ted realizes there's only one way to truly save his companions from eternal torment. In an act that is both mercy and horror, he kills the others before AM can stop him. Enraged, AM transforms Ted into a grotesque blob-like form, unable to harm himself, unable to die, and, most crucially, unable to scream. The story's title takes on its full meaning in these final moments, as Ted reveals that while he saved the others from eternal torture, he himself is now trapped forever in a fate arguably worse than death. This ending perfectly encapsulates the story's themes about consciousness, suffering, and the nature of humanity. Ted's act of mercy-killing is perhaps the most human moment in the story, a demonstration of both our capacity for sacrifice and our ability to choose death over endless suffering. AM's retribution, transforming Ted into a creature that cannot even express its agony, represents the ultimate perversion of human consciousness. The story's enduring relevance speaks to its deeper truths about human nature and our relationship with technology. As we continue to develop more sophisticated AI systems, Ellison's cautionary tale serves as a reminder of the importance of considering the ethical implications of our technological advances. The story suggests that the greatest danger might not be machines becoming more like humans, but rather machines adopting and amplifying our capacity for cruelty and hatred. Particularly relevant today is the story's exploration of consciousness and suffering. As we debate the possibilities of artificial consciousness and machine sentience, Ellison's depiction of AM, a being of vast intelligence trapped within its own limitations, offers a compelling perspective on the potential psychological implications of created consciousness. The philosophical questions raised by the story continue to resonate. What constitutes consciousness? Can a machine truly hate? What are the ethical implications of creating sentient artificial intelligence? These questions have only become more pressing as we move closer to developing AI systems of increasing sophistication. Looking back at this landmark work, we can see how it helped establish many of the themes that would become central to discussions about artificial intelligence in science fiction and reality. Its influence can be seen in countless later works that explore the relationship between humans and their digital creations. If you enjoyed this breakdown of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, make sure to like and subscribe for more story analysis. Thanks for watching.